that?
Yeah, sure. No, I had a young staff, and they had a mentor that had never officially mentored, so we were all in it together, and just working our way through it. But I think just to build a little bit on Jordan's points, like building a positive experience. When I was there, I was struggling to define what was meant by that. So to Sammy Joe's questions in the chat, like the dance parties, I just thought deep down it was the idea of building the positive experience was built around everything other than the hockey in a lot of ways. And I'm not sure that's ideal. Just having lived it now, I think we need to. And you know me, well, like I'm not saying we have to sit down there and do 1,000 hours worth of hockey, but I think there's probably a middle ground somewhere where we could do more hockey to better help our coaches and better help the athletes understand what that stream looks like. At the end of the day, you got to be able to do video and details like that. So when building the fun experience, is it a summer camp experience, like where it's just fun and you've gone to a kids camp, or is it is there maybe an angle off of that finds a better balance point? So that's something that's bouncing around in my head, because I think where we're trying to cultivate an experience for the athletes, the coaches are now experiencing the same thing, and nobody's truly maybe understanding the workload and the importance of all the variables when you're in that elite stream. So with my younger staff, they're phenomenal. They were there for the right reasons. They were doing everything that they knew. They were very, very coachable. But it didn't take me long. We had the conversation with them to realize that we weren't coaching. We were cheering the game, and we were like a player, an extension of the player. So if we scored, we were high, and if we were struggling, we were quiet. And so that was a real great thing to see and talk about, because then we could flush that out and better understand that, okay, essentially we have to counter that, right? Like you got to coach the game. You got to elevate the group if they're down and love them if you need to. So for my young coaches, it wasn't just the art of coaching, it was actually the basics of coaching as well. So it ended up being a really valuable experience for me too. You talk about regression in drills. I was, having regressions in coaching to be, okay, what actually do we do? And how do you teach somebody to do that? So that was maybe one of my biggest challenges, because I didn't want to just tell. And I was asking questions. I was, you tried to explain, but we actually then had a conversation about modeling. Was there an opportunity for us to model as mentors? And so we were given that opportunity. And that was an important piece for my young coaches. So when I said you have to coach the game, you're coaching the kids in front of you about what they're seeing on the ice. I was able to use my voice and help them better understand that. But the experience was invaluable. I just think anytime you get to try to teach your craft and teach what you do every day, it makes you look at it from a different lens. And then to see the growth within our young coaches, to go to the questioning method in the intermissions, and when they were debriefing the game, really proud of them. They'll learn how to navigate it. It's just a starting point. But I thought a lot of gains were made that way. I just think we need to push the bar in our province to continue to drive home. It's not a cheerleading club. It's a coaching and a hockey experience.